A very pleasant good morning to all. This is Anthony Roberts of the RevivalTime Assembly, a member church of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the West Indies. This is day 3 of our devotional for this week that looks at looking ahead as part of the series Stepping into a New Season. We saw looking ahead requires us to have a vision, a plan that we imagine that is documented as we go forward. We saw so far this week, 1, that vision gives motivation. There is a prize that we are pressing towards. Secondly, lack of vision leads to destruction. Where there is no vision, people perish. Thirdly, lazy people have no vision, like that lazy servant in Matthew chapter 25. Fourthly, our vision must be balanced. We must have a vision, a total vision, spiritual, mental, social, physical in our lives, not just narrowed to one aspect of our lives. We also saw vision must not be limited by past experience. Last week we learned about how we can learn from the past that propels us into the future. We also looked at, as we are looking at today, vision is usually incremental. It happens in small steps. So God would have called Paul in Acts chapter 9 and he went to Damascus and Ananias told him, you are going to be the apostle of the Gentiles. It didn't take place the next day. Paul prepared himself. Paul went into 2 years in the desert. Paul was nurtured by Barnabas, and eventually God said to him in Acts chapter 13, separate unto me Saul and Barnabas for the work I have for them. The work that God has for you, that vision does not happen overnight. But as we are faithful to the call, as we are faithful to pressing forward, we're going to see that vision take place. Vision take place. So big journeys begin with small steps. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So don't be dismayed. The vision will be accomplished, but it takes place incrementally, in small steps. But what you're required to do is to be faithful in what God has called you to do now, so that you can see step by step as He matures you into the fullness of that vision. I want to also suggest today that vision is opposed by the enemy. The devil is not going to stand idly by and see you have a vision for accomplished stuff in your life, even in your spiritual life, in your ministry. It will be opposed. Know well the story of Nehemiah, that he had that vision to build a wall. He got buy-in from the Jews, but there was always a Sanballat, a Tobiah, a Gershom, who's opposing, based on the enemy's prodding, opposing that vision. So when trials come and tribulations come, recognize it as part of the plan for achieving that vision. God carries us through stuff to teach us, to mature us, because we recognize that it will be opposed by the enemy, but it's all that God allows. It will not overtake you. There's nothing that comes your way that will overtake you. But recognize that it will happen because vision is usually opposed by the enemy. I want to make one more point today, that vision is sometimes generational. Sometimes the vision is so big, it is generational. God gave David a vision for the construction of a temple. He says, you wouldn't do it, your son Solomon would do it. And so that was passed on. He passed the vision down to his generation. Moses to Joshua. Leadership is a relay. Somebody has the vision. They may not accomplish it in their lifetime, but they pass it on to somebody else. Vision is sometimes generational. And so we want to thank God that He has given us vision. He has given us vision. And we want to continue to work with God as we look ahead, pressing towards the mark to accomplish that vision. May God bless you today.